James Vickery, a market researcher in 1957, famously tried to boost popcorn sales in movie theaters by flashing popcorn advertisements for 1/3000th of a second. He claims it worked exceedingly well, but many are critical, saying it had no marked effect. The truth of the matter is still open to debate, as the results must have been significant enough to result in subliminal advertising bans in several U.S. states when Vickery was called upon to repeat his experiment for lawmakers. According to Charlie Dudek, advertisers don't just sell products, they sell concepts. This includes, but is not limited to, sex. Wilson Bryan Key developed an idea in 1973 that subliminal sexual messages in advertising were influencing consumers without their knowledge. While Key's ideas have been debunked according to Kristen Hatch, Hutter and Sweldens found in their experiment that there is in fact an automatic response when previously neutral stimuli are paired with either positive or negative stimuli, specifically in advertising. They refer to this as evaluative conditioning, or EC, where the positive or negative attributes of one subject are given to the other just because they are paired together. In their experiment, they paired a neutral stimulus, a face or logo, with a positive stimulus, such as nature or people enjoying themselves, or a negative stimulus like cockroaches. They had two groups where one was given no instructions and the other was told to try to do the opposite of evaluative conditioning and like the images paired with ugly and dislike those paired with pleasant images. To summarize their results, even the group who made conscious effort not to be persuaded by evaluative conditioning consistently were. There is evidence of automatic response. It is true that advertisers and designers creatively hide images and text and logos, that much is for sure. We have probably all noticed that the Tostitos logo looks like two people dipping a chip in salsa. This is a pretty neutral image that relates directly to the product. The question, however, is, are advertisers doing the same with images we as consumers find pleasurable, so we will associate the product with pleasure? A few examples average people have found in advertising are for Sunny D, a jewelry store, and Facebook. Someone outlined the word Sunny D on the logo to point out that it looks phallic. This one is pretty obvious. Then on Facebook, many people have probably already seen this. If the dots are connected, it spells out SEX. There is no confirmation that the advertisers intended to include these images, however. There is controversy about whether or not this type of subliminal messaging in advertising actually works to the seller's advantage, but it is difficult to prove and there is still evidence in its favor.